Okay, so this right here is everything, right? Because if you are not happy, if you are not fulfilled, there's no point in doing anything. If this does not feed your mind, spirit, body, then there's no point in truly doing it. So let's get down to it. All right, guys, starting off, it does not matter where you're at, who you are, or whatever circumstance you're going through right now. If you do these 5 things, I promise you, you will live a more deeply fulfilling lifestyle. And I'm not talking about just being happy for a moment, increasing your state of being for just a couple of days or anything like that. I'm talking about substantial feeling, your dominant state of being a joyous one. So diving in, the very first thing that you must at least acknowledge and understand are the laws of the universe. Because what first stops people from even believing that they can achieve that level of fulfillment, therefore even take the action and start viewing things in a perspective that allows that to happen, is first not believing that they can experience that in a way that is either A, possible, or B, possible in a way that is not against their values, right? So this is something that's really important. When you understand the laws of the universe, you understand that first, law of oneness states that everything in this universe is already done. Everything is already the same. Energy can never be created or destroyed. So everything already is. This fucking beautiful plant right here, this is the money you want. This is the love you want. This is everything you want. It's just in a different energy form. I myself am. The skin on my body is. It's just in a different energy form, right? So we want to understand that first, the law of oneness. If you don't understand the laws of the universe going into law of oneness, you're not going to first understand that that reality is even possible for you. A couple things just to touch base on that is that law of correspondence states that there's multiple realities happening all at once right now. That's a literal law of physics. There's multiple realities happening all right now, and they're all available according to the dominant frequency you are admitting. Just like a telephone signal sends out messages, just like a radio station sends out signals, our brains and bodies and everything in the universe connects through this magnetic field, right? So law of correspondence, due to our personal vibration, these are 3 different laws of physics: law of oneness, law of correspondence, and law of vibration. I will link them all down and below so that you can check them out and kind of understand them more. But just know that what you want is a reality. All you have to do is link up to that vibrational frequency. So like I said, to make this simple for you guys, I will link more details on that down below. Going into number 2, the reason why people, once they realize, okay, sure, everything's possible, right? They are still maybe not living in an authentic way. But the reason why we want to first start with the laws of the universe is because you can't truly live in authenticity if you're still programmed like the rest of the world, right? Because the rest of the world believes that I have to do this in order to get this, to do that, right? But when you understand the laws of the universe, you realize that everything's quantum, everything's drawing from a magnetic field, right? So you then can live limitless. You can go into number 2 and 3, which is living authentic and limitless. You can start envisioning the life that you truly want, and then A, and then B, believing in it, believing that it's actually possible for you, so that it C starts to reprogram yourself and starts actually allowing you to see and receive the things that are actually possible for you, and that the things you actually want to experience, but you first weren't allowing that to happen because the belief wasn't there by first not even understanding the laws of the universe on a true level. And then just because you might not understand that, or just because you might understand them, you have to do something that is truly desirable for you, because if it's not desirable, it is not substantial, right? So it has to be authentic, it has to be limitless, not I want to do this just because I feel like it'll be easy and blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, you can make everything easy. It's just a frame of mind. If you believe something is going to be hard, you're going to do stuff that is going to make it hard. You're only going to be able to see from a perspective that makes it hard. So we want to be limitless. Going into number 3, of course, we want to be limitless. Like, okay, I want this. I believe everything's possible. If there's any but on that, ask yourself the good questions. How can I make this easier? How can I add to this? How can I solve this problem? Because any question we ask our minds, it will literally give us an answer, even if the question we're asking is not true. So ask yourself good questions. Become limitless, because if not, it's not going to be substantial. You're going to end up self-sabotaging, because everything we do is based off a pain and pleasure aspect. Okay, so going into number 4. Number 4 is self-love. Because even though, sure, you might know know all this information, right? We are such emotional creatures. So if you don't have a level of self-love, that high vibration, that good level of image that you have, you are going to self-sabotage because you're going to feel like you don't deserve something. You're going to feel like you need to work harder for something. You're going to feel all different types of way because you don't have that level of joy, peace, love for yourself. The level of self-love you have for yourself is the level of quality you allow to come into your life. So sure, you might know that everything's possible. Sure, you might have set your authentic, limitless goals now. But if you don't believe that you're worth it, or you don't believe that things can come to you easily, or you don't believe that people are going to like you, etc., you're not keeping that high image of yourself, things can't unfold to you because you're not admitting the frequency. Even though the universe always wants to give you exactly what you want, and it's always available. Going back to number one, there's multiple realities happening all at once, and they're all available to you due to personal vibrational frequency only. So if you are not holding that level of self-love, that's very important. We must do that. I will link down below a video and above called How Love Energy Can Actually Help You Achieve Your Goals. And so you can learn more about that. And last but not least is likewise energy in community, right? We are here in the Be Live community. If you are new here, obviously you want to subscribe, join the family with the bell notification. But if you are a Be Liver already, you know that we have such a deep community. And if you are new here, in addition to subscribing, you definitely want to come check us out on Facebook, because every single day we are dropping more knowledge on this type of information, this type of topics, this type of lifestyle, designing a life of fulfillment through conscious creation, being limitless. But we're also a people that understand you, want to support you. It's a place of networking. It's a place of being able to be vulnerable and open. So being able to have that community, if you feel like you are in abundance of people like that you can be around, that's amazing. That's amazing. And heck yeah, like that's awesome. But if you don't, that's why we feel like we created that community, so that you can have that community no matter what. And if you already feel like that's amazing and you want to join us anyways, of course you can. And I'll link the link down below for the Be Live community on Facebook that we're communicating all the time. Of course, there's a lot of Be Livers that check out the channel as well. But if you're not in the community, I will say this. If you haven't yet checked out some of the last videos, you may not understand. I don't want to say you don't. You may not understand that, of course, if you're on this channel, you know that we have auras. I know that you know that if you're watching this channel. And so that's very scientific. We explain spirituality through science, right? And so our auras are bioelectromagnetic fields. I'm sure you knew that as well. And so law of perpetual transmutation, another law of physics, states that all energy is constantly transmuting in and out in form. Like, it literally never rests. Like, I'm transmuting in an energy with this plant right now, even if I'm not touching it. And the fact that I am doing that period with this plant, even though I am touching it, is pretty crazy, right? So that's why we feel like pretty nuts when we're in big groups, if you're very empathic, or if you are around a lot of electricity especially if you're empathic. It's because that energy is already taking place, but how tuned you are into what's really going on in the energies inside, the degree at which you'll feel it, right? It's a matter of how in tune we are. We all have the ability to be empathic, but some of us acknowledge that we are because of how in tune we are with ourselves, right? So yeah, comment down below if you an empath, what's up? Many of the Be Livers are, right? So going back to the reason why I brought that up though, just wrapping up this video, is that even if you're not speaking to someone, right? If you're just in a very toxic environment, and obviously if you don't know what to do, come join the community. We can help strategize, come up with the plan for you to help you. But if you are in a very toxic situation, or you are around a bunch of friends or anything like that, or even people that you don't like or feel like don't have good tendencies for you, even if you avoid them, even if you're very mentally strong, all that good stuff, that energy is still transmuting in and out of form. So that's why it's really good to be in cities and areas and households that share that same mentality, because everything is technically information. And so all this energy, when we get past the material, this is a plant, I'm a human, it's all energy, right? And it's all energy information that's constantly transmuting and floating. And so you're picking up on that no matter what. Like, it's something that you literally cannot avoid, and you have to use the same law that got it in you to transmute it out. So that obviously takes energy, because it's another process that you have to do if it's not a frequency that you want to embody. So make sure that this is very crucial. I'm not just saying yeah, get you some friends. Like, definitely, this is very, very, very crucial. Surround yourself with good energy. And if you feel like you don't want to connect with people yet because of whatever, do a plant. You know, everything's alive to which degree, right? So plants are high energy, even like obviously like rocks, minerals, crystals, even fucking fruit, you know? Like, this is high vibe, vegan stuff. Show us some food, eat some high vibe food, you know? So anyways, that is it. If you do these 5 things, you will feel absolutely fulfilled. And like I said, I will link down below and above those videos I mentioned. In the meantime, here are 2 other ones I think that'll be really valuable for you in correspondence to this video. As always, guys, dream big, live large, and be live. Bye.